I'm Steven Adler.
I'm Chips Enough.
I'm Rick Stitch.
I'm Michael Thomas.
I'm Robo.
And then we're Adler's Appetite. And you're watching Mosh Army TV.
Turn it up.
Well, we're a band to be reckoned with and a force to be not fucked with. Well, we have, right now, we have 3 new singles out on iTunes. Fading, Star Dog, and Alive. And it is good to be alive. Anything, you want to add something, Jeff?
Yep, we're supporting not only the first 3 songs of the record, but Steven's book, My Appetite for Destruction. And of course this European tour, 22 dates in 24 days, playing all around the country. Started off in Italy and working our way through to the UK. And here we are now in Amsterdam, well, we're in Holland right now. Amsterdam was last night.
Yes. Great. Wonderful.
Getting ready for another sold-out show. The crowds have been great. It's been a terrific tour so far.
Okay. How does it feel to be back in Europe? Because it's been a few years back.
It's been 6 years, and it's been such a it's a dream come true. Because me and Chip ourselves, we have been just dreaming of coming back to Europe and performing. The whole band has, you know, because the last time I was here, I wasn't in the best of this, in a very good state of mind. And, you know, and I was in a bad place in my life, and I kind of ruined everything. And I came back here to make up for it. You know, make up for all those, the lost shows. And we have, like Chip was saying, we have 3 new singles, and we're promoting those and playing them, and it's been going, you know, really great. And we couldn't be happier. And we're perfect examples of dreams do come true. But then we talk about the book, My Appetite for Destruction. Basically, I burned a candle with superstars and lived to tell the story and be able to tell you the story.
That's one question I wanted to ask is, was it hard to write down? Because I read the book and there are lots of personal things, lots of things that you don't tell anybody, and you have put it in the book. How does it feel?
Well, you know, writing this book, I wear my heart on my sleeve. You know, I hold nothing back. Of course, I have nothing bad to say about anybody. It's just my life. I was lucky enough to, you know, the book shows all the warts and scars and tattoos of my life in rock and roll. And like I said, basically, when the book came out, you know, I finished writing it and it came out, we were on an American tour in the States, obviously America. And as soon as I got home, I built a big fire in my fireplace, and I threw the book in there. Because I want to leave, this is my past, and I want to leave my past behind. And maybe 10 years from now, I'll write a new book. But this right now, it was really a wonderful thing to be able to do. Because I got so much, like,
It's therapy.
it's great therapy.
Yeah. And great stories. So many great stories.
And I did have help to remember a lot of the stories. I had Mark Canner, my friend Ronnie Snyder, who's on the back here, Slash. I have, you know, friends, my wife Carolina, who helped me put the stories together. You know, so it was very exciting, something very therapeutic.
It's a great book. I got it on Saturday and I finished it on Sunday. As I was reading the book, I got the impression that once Guns N' Roses went big, you would just become like gods of rock and roll, and you had everything. And it seems to me like the other guys in the band, they all had, how do you say that? You are the only one like still enjoying this is my dream, this is what I live for. And the other guys soon got the business side of it, and you still went like, that's the impression I get, especially about the royalties part.
Well, that whole the royalty part was about the lawsuit I had with them.
Yeah.
The lawsuit wasn't that I sued them because they got me hooked on drugs, because that's ridiculous. Nobody got me hooked on drugs but me. It was all the managers and business people who took advantage of me, and took advantage of the whole band. It wasn't necessarily each member who broke the band up, but it was business, and that is what stinks about it. That's the worst part about it, because it's just a rock and roll band. We just play music, and we're supposed to, we do it because we enjoy doing it, and it feels good. And maybe one day, if the gods, are wanting it to happen, we could do a GNR reunion, and then that would be great.
Also, in your book, you said that Amsterdam is the greatest place.
Greatest place I've ever been in my life, and I was there yesterday. Actually, I was there this morning, and it's still the greatest place I've ever been to.
If you didn't done some crazy things yesterday in Amsterdam, some partying?
Wonderful, crazy things. Wonderful things that I'm glad I survived to be able to remember. And I actually remember. I remember performing on stage and saying thank you to everybody, and then jumping in the crowd, walking through the crowd, out the front door, going straight to the Bulldog. I just spent the whole night there. Then, of course, the beautiful ladies that just hang out in windows. So I went and said hi to about every one of them. I don't know if my hand went like this, but I was saying hi to them. It would have been going like this.
Also, another thing from the book is, I think, the crucial period is when you came back from the first world tour with Guns N' Roses. That seems like a crucial period for all the band members. And also in Slash's book, I've read, there's also a dark period there. Do you think, looking back, do you have done something differently, or do you say it just went out down the way, that's how it is?
I wish I could say I should have done things differently, and I wish I did in some ways, but I did things the way I wanted it to do them. That's what I didn't want. I wasn't planning on getting kicked out of the band. That was not a plan at all. But the drugs and the sex and the traveling, everything that I wanted to do, I did.
The last thing that happened last year is that Duff, McKagan, and Ajdin got on stage together.
I know, I heard. That was wonderful. I'm very glad to hear that.
What was the first reaction that you had when you heard that?
I was so happy, because hopefully hopefully that was a step to getting a reunion back together. A step closer. So I was very excited to hear that. I want to go play with that asshole. I mean, Axel. You know I love you.
The music. What does it mean to you now, and what does it mean in the past? Is there any difference?
No, when I first started playing music, I was in it for the passion and the love and the glory and success. And I'm still into it, even more now, for the passion and the glory and the success.
And what do you think of today's rock and roll music, today's modern bands?
Be nice.
Oh, he said I should be nice. I like the Foo Fighters.
Green Day.
Oh, Green Day, I like them. But they're not really that new. I like Queen, I like Aerosmith, I like Zeppelin, I like Bad Company. I like Van Halen.
And how
I
do
like
you guys?
Kiss.
And you guys, because you are definitely a bit younger, and you are still playing the music of the 80s. Is that?
Well, I mean, it's stuff that we all grew up on.
Yeah.
So it comes very naturally because those were our influences when we were, aspiring to be musicians. So it's a very natural thing. I think with the new music that we're doing right now, the singles Alive, and Fading, and Stardog, what we really wanted to capture was that kind of raw energy and that excitement and that power that Appetite for Destruction had and really influenced so many people with. We wanted to try to catch a spark of that in the new music to give back to the fans, hopefully something that they've been missing. You know, Steven's got so many adoring fans all over the world that with this new music, we really wanted to try to send it off the charts and make them happy with the first new music in what? I mean, how many years? I think 17, 20?
23 years.
So, yeah, and you know, so it's been a while.
It's been a long
So,
What have you been doing all this time?
Yeah.
so I think, you know, with having that being an influence growing up, you know, it was a very natural progression for all of us when we're playing together in the studio writing. And we're conscious about what's on the radio now and what kids are listening to these days. And I think you've got a really nice mix of old with new. And so, you know, we've got that heavy, raw, kind of classic sound, but there's some power in there that you hear with some of the newer bands these days.
And do you guys think is it possible today to get big and huge like bands of the year like Aerosmith? Because there was in this area with downloading and
Yeah, we're at a time right now where there's too much product and not enough demand. There's just so many bands out there. But as my father used to always say, the cream always rises to the top. And I think that with this band right here, we live and breathe what we do. We're on the road, taking it to the street, going to every single town and city around the world, play these songs. I think because of our past, that's going to help us a little bit. And you show me a band without influences, I'll show you a band without a record deal. We're all influenced by different things, and we just put it together right here. It's a nice little pot, nice little kettle of delicious tea. Absolutely. We're here to serve it to you. Hope you're thirsty.
Well, hey.
I have two more questions. One more GNR related. I visited the GNR message boards on internet, and all the fans are talking there. And the hope is there that with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame introduction, that maybe you guys for the first time will come together, maybe just to be all in the same room, or do you think it's that possible or not?
As long as the five of us are alive, it's possible. And like I mentioned earlier, dreams do come true. And that is one of my dreams, to be in a room with those, you know, four other guys. It's the five of us. I guarantee you, if the five of us when we do get in a room together, it's going to be nothing but hugs and tears.
Yeah,
maybe a few punches, but it's going to be hugs and tears. Maybe hugs and tears.
Yeah. But nowadays you're pretty close with Slash.
Yeah, yes. I'm sorry. That was such a big part of helping me get off the drugs, was to have my best friend be a part of my life again. And that's what it took to have him be a part of my life again, was to get off the drugs. And it was worth it, more than I can ever imagine. Because he's a wonderful person. To grow up and have somebody as smart and talented as Slash for a best friend since the age of 11, you know, I've been blessed in more ways than one.
The legendary BMX steps.
That crazy guy on his bike.
Okay, I have one more question, very short. Can you describe Steven Adler in 3 words?
Hungry, powerful, and ready to rock and roll.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
I was going to say hungry.
Thank you.
Steven.
Hey, you. Are you watching me? You're a nasty person. Nasty.
It's still been recording, right?
I know it. It's a bad man.